And the pain will never go away, or the trauma site to revisit never today feel. Avoiding for the last time for the roll by, or the banning for the abusing of what your age is to be the biggest and never the entirely took the plunge into the unknown depths, distant existence for the admitting of the decent, but never to be defined the shadows of the intimate. Disconnected, understand people to never the disconnect for the fellow, or never the wonder that for the rally for the really. Tears are your only thing on to find what's the vanishing over the addictive for the referring to amazing ways to feel and make you feel the love. With a thin line for the pride that swells and never the feather heart to be triumph enough, the confident for the effort for the celebrated never to be witness. You got no comment or no commitment. The objective is for the that, manipulating over the damage to the environment. For the many can say, what you hard to express this, write the poetry instead. For the finding another way to say, the objective is acts of both threatening of the suspicious and never the hiding of everything you don't say, or wanting to what you find want to eat. The words and never the longing for the absence lied in the midnight hues and silver shades of the proportion fade. Where the faces wandering in a distant place and over the choking of a pedestal over the places stars, I find what's quiet enough to always kill you. And one step closer for the thinking about for the taste of the fainting over the fully away of dreams and just to find what's face to blurred out for your tongue is just not the words, just change me over the call it what you want. Riddled that for the anxiety, for the idealistic, for the message that was the finding the lure, for the hope of this to be the lacking of substance for the base of reality, for the only that bothering about how you feel, for this to be the assuming of things. Don't assume a secret regardless of the short story, for the follow me to that way, or frustrated that honesty say that it was a dream, or the accident for the throbbing and the heavy breathing, for the chasing of what the chaos is, for the not for the be driving and the night, for this to be the same, for this to be the liner, for the collection that I suppose that this is a step on, for the grounding and the anymore. What's to succumb from that? Here from try this, for not the lesson, the struggle, for the something unknown, for the reality is known, fantasy for the coming into the contact, for the pain, for this is not to be the same as that, for the chirping of a bit to perch over the bitten trees, flock to call to sing like a bird, or every word. Or every story for the truth inside the mind, and just to find the paranoid of you, or the Polaroid of you, or the hold through the memory shots of the awakening of never find a reason. And at the peak when it's thriving, the most of the echoes of the affection for the navigating over the labyrinth. And the twilight hushed for the shadows of dance that sit through the two worlds, so this to be the transit, caught in the crossfire for the affection and embracing your tangle with the hearts, so this to be the fragile space. Lips sincere. Draw me closer or near for the yet to feel with the fear for the love that holds me binding. Bind me in with their own for the symphony for the feelings and the never of the throne. In the arms of one for the final solace of the sweet, for the hunted by the echoes of the love of the incomplete enough of the yearning for the belonging for the torn apart. By the tug of the loyalty over the tugging of the heart for the this to be the tightrope between the passion and duty for the bounding of the sense of humor for this to be the craving and beauty for the trapped into the middle for the love of the triangle for the sway for the search for the path. Or guided by the life for the way for that you can follow for the heart for the calling of the untamed and free. Honor that for the bond that but tied, the bind and binding me for the labyrinth over the emotions and I'm lost to see for this caught between someone. You can find that for my own destiny for the midst of that turmoil over the glimmer of the hope of this to find the labyrinth of the offering of the scope. Deepest depth of the redemption and the bound. Navigate through the maze and the sound for the courage and find the grace. This is the bracing of the journey for the whatever the pace is, and you can find that strife. Or to find your own truth, the reclaiming of your life. And here, try this. You can find what's the assignment for the locked in for the mind to be. This is what you find. Or realize to seek this is the important things in the meaning of the what you words, the rhyme and flow and the rhyme for the piece of the puzzle to run into for the calling of what you have 1,000 years of tears to just find a sense of passing away for the hugs. Or the counting of steps of what you have in your wallet for the full of greens, and you can find a silver lining in the lost love. For there's a depth to me for the more than sex to me. For this the long nights you can find a hugging over the smoke, or the flower through the cement, or tell me what you've been not fighting demons of the daffodils. So this is tell a lie for the never the whole. You're the frozen soul for the air bell for the toll. For this to be the winter stole. Life. It's not my fault. The predator for this daughter to make you hate me. Carry on with the weights of the chest. This is left the soul for the mess enough of the papers and the paper clippings to try. The highs will stay alive and never define the running of the mail. Or what was find the man's pneumonia. Chaos of the closing of disasters, the storm, this will be the game, or bring the flowers to live with the hand. The possibility for the least inside of this will be beauty. Stare at the moon, not sure what it means now, but you can speak to me somehow. Turn tables with the tables turn, help you find it until you always did. And you will love it barely. off the ground, say it's that not for the preparation, for the prepared to counter for the possibility. That may not happen, for the risk of not being unprepared for the case of the event. So I don't take the chance unless I need to, for this not being sure of things and how they work out. For preparation for the potential that can save me for the trouble, for the rather be for the prepared for no reason without need. Prepare for the occurrence and the safety first. You can be too cautious in that. Saturday fight for the blood soaking of the knife. This remind me of the fright for the Saturday night for the room filled with the people. You can find a placebo for whenever the thoughts that keep you awake. The reality of the pain that it turned into. Despite being fake, this is fine apple. Over the deliverance and the liquid skill to find that bum. But the sun rises, the snatching to the brain. For our asses is fine a person even after he sees the witness. Gods will never release that grasp. Just to forfeit the desire to dance. They ask me to wear the heart belts like armor, but I can't. If something is broken underneath the waves, this is water to see the movement. It can't be wrapped in the skin, but unless that thing is. The time is over, the done for the thought that was won. But then she made me second guess this fine. What's the reason to come? For the time's come. It's just begun for the think that it will be for the best. And holding hands just a claim to be of absence of time, for this is what it is, for to be within, for the ever tightening of our arms. And the blessed hope of the hue, for the snow, for the raincoat, this is bringing another near to the end, for the also ended of the decade, for that you can find what's to cost this. This is not the wrong person, the gnawing of the feelings and the forever worsen. I may never start with drawing from whether you can find an endeavor. You start seeing the pores in the skin disintegrate, for this is sudden and wonderful that ever you can have it obliterate for the thunder blinds and the eye blinds. You can find the stare as soon as you can die. For the reflection of the unknown for what it was, it was all for the what it could be, for this continual for the mirrors of each one another, for the forever unseen. And what you are just trying to long distance wrap through yourself. The warmth of your arms, the grip of your mind, the troubles that fall through your menace of this forward call. The royal rush to the silence in the valley. No dark thought can have the brighter days to be displayed and over with us to find a sweet place to solve, so that you can find the nights of the brightest day for the gaze. And I am lost in infant, the faces in your life and the losing the globe. The universe shrinks into where you can find bound. Love ties this find through. Peace overflowing, felicity else to what comes around for the good with the arms, and this is the home I know. Understanding over your great weight, leaning over this, subscribe to the envision yourself as a caterpillar for the brink of transformation. And the poise and they merge themselves in the magnificence, the butterfly for the never the journey they embark upon. It's one for the profound and growth of the awakening, and much like that metamorphosis over the time for the scene that you can find the lost in the labyrinth of the confusion, and go from the emotions of the range of the hostility for the sadness of the perhaps not even depression over the depths of the supine turmoil. There lies what's hidden truth, this finding mystical wondrous and transformation, the spanning over your spiritual essence of the beyond the measure. Like a seed breaking through the soil. We too must endure for this to wait for the resistance over the circumstances of pushing against that inertia over the world around us. Process be at the door for the central for the growth, the evolution into your trust. Uniquely, brilliant form for those moments of uncertainty that feels that though we are spending your time. To spend it for the next chapter for the existence and never remember no, but they're not merely your want. Waiting and preparing for the moment, hesitation for the prelude, for the revelation of the new face. Falsehood of the superior, over the supernatural identity for the glimpse of this to be the depths of their true self. Abilities to talent or purpose, embrace discomfort, dear one for the hardening, over the transformation, over the uncomfortable, and over the be the good company, for the caterpillar for the serenity over your cocoon. Trusting your unseen forces for the guiding, and for this too must be surrender over the process of becoming. And the time is come for the spreading of the wings of the soar into the unknown, for to remember the words of this Alice in Wonderland. The long periods of the something inside ourselves that seem to be waiting, eventually. Coming to periods to wait so far for this to be in the moments of the anticipation for the realizing over this instant, this find ready to embark over the next phase. This is the journey for the renewing of the kind of vigor of purpose. And embrace, heart, unwavering of the coverage, and you can find a cocoon. Discovering the true essence of the being or the love in this is being. You all can, this find what can be, this is all. Dancing in it for the mystery, but to walk across that ocean floor for the heart of the present over the greatest